Hello and good morning. I'm going to start off slow today because I thought I had a way to invite friends and give people, there we go, there it is, give people a little time to get on since I'm not using Messenger anymore. How would you possibly know, right? Ooh, pardon me. All right, so if you're tuning in right now, I'm just going through my list of friends who might want to join in on today's Make Magic with Mojo coaching. Okay, let's go on through. It's not giving me a lot of friends. I'm not sure whom. We'll get it going. Just a minute. Okay. Do 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 do. Yeah. Hey there. Hello. How are you? I'm going kind of slow because I just want to invite some friends and give people a chance to kind of tune in. I mean, we don't have to have people here live. As you know, you can watch it in the replay. It works perfectly fine. All right. Well, I will finish that up. Okay, great. Hey, Jamie. Welcome. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. Kind of starting off a little bit slow today, letting you kind of come in. And if you're watching this in the replay, I apologize. There's a little bit of a delay here. So let's talk manifestation. Let's talk making magic. How about that? Hello, hello. Okay, so as you know, I just got back from a Caribbean cruise. That's correct. And yes, I did sing karaoke while on the cruise. Twice. The first night, the first night that they had karaoke, my dad was sick and I took care of him, and so I had to miss the karaoke. But the other two nights, I was able to go. And on the last night, the last available karaoke night on the ship, I asked my dad if he would go with me, even though it was really late. It was at 10:15, and so he went with me, and I was able to sing a song in tribute to him. Which is The Sweetest Thing by Juice Newton. And he used to sing that to my stepmom before she passed away. And so it was a really special song for him. And yes, of course, he melted into a big puddle of goo. And that made me so happy. Anyway, I love singing karaoke so much. I'm going to have to open my own club. Now, there are two possibilities for this kind of thing. And so I'm going to put this out there to you and see what you think. Now, first of all, my dad said, "Oh, well, you have to have drinks. People won't go to karaoke without drinks." Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true for you, and you could tell me, give me some feedback on that. The other thing is that one of my coaches, her name is Molly Mahoney. She's in Southern California, and she does something every month called a vocal jam. And she has, rather than karaoke machine, she has a pianist and sheet music. And people go there, and I don't know if they pay to be there or not. I think it's free, but I'm not sure. And you can go and sing, or you can go and not sing. And theirs is Broadway themed. So one of the ideas that I've had, yeah, right, Jamie, that I know I thought about that too. And my dad said, you have to have drinks. And I'm like, that probably. But then my friend Molly has this vocal jam that she does every month. And like I said, she's in California. I'm in Texas, so I can't go to hers and she can't help me set mine up. But there is a local theater, a community theater, that would be a really good place to have such a thing. And, since Molly's is Broadway themed, so everybody sings songs from Broadway shows, which is great. I don't really want to do it that way. I'd rather have a karaoke machine. But I thought I'd get in touch with the local theater and see if they would allow me one night a month to do that. Like on a Wednesday when they're not having rehearsals, or something like that. Sunday night when there's no show and no rehearsals. So I'm thinking about contacting them, and I don't think they have a liquor license or even beer and wine. So, but it would be kind of more for theater people, and maybe we could have some contests and do it with a karaoke machine. Or if the theater says, I don't have a karaoke machine. But if the theater people say, well, no, we want to do it, but we want to do it with the piano, we could do that as well. So anyway, tell me what you think if you would do that. Jamie, you're in California right now. How wonderful. So are you having a vacation too? All right, that's what we're talking about today, is the trip that I just took and the trip that Jamie's on right now, and how we have manifested these trips and vacations. All right. Sometimes you you take a trip because you want to, and sometimes a trip gets thrust upon you, which is what happened for me. Oh, you're working out there, Jamie. Well, work is good, and you can get a little California sunshine while you're out there. So, yeah, I manifested this cruise, right? I've been wanting to go on a cruise for a long time. And my husband and I talked about going on one for our honeymoon, which we never got to do. Well, I take that back. We haven't gotten to do that yet. But we really want to go on a cruise. And where we live is just 20 miles from Galveston. And a lot of cruise ships leave out of Galveston. And you can get some pretty cheap 4 and 5 night cruises out of Galveston, right? And go to Cozumel and Belize and Honduras and come back. And so that would be really fun. And we're thinking about, we've been working on this. We've got a travel fund, and, we're working on that kind of thing. So in the meantime, I'm manifesting a cruise. I'm manifesting a trip to Disney World. I'm manifesting, different things that I want to do with and without my husband. Hi, Sheila. How are you? We're talking about manifesting a trip or vacation or fun travel. So all the things that we do to manifest what we want, love, and enjoy, I've been doing. Now, I don't think I have a vision card on travel, but I might. I probably do. Hold on, I'll get that out. By the way, got this blouse on the cruise. Isn't it nice? It has a zipper, so you can make it as zippy as you want. And you can't see it, I don't think, but it's got gold threads all through it, which I love. I love that ever since the disco days. Okay, you remember back in the 70s when we used to have lurex in our blouses, gold threads. Jamie, you remember? I know you do. Yeah. So since I was a kid, hi Erlene, welcome. Glad to see you. Okay, this is my little box of vision cards, and I'm not going to go into all the stuff about vision cards, but they're like vision boards but smaller, and I just use words. Let's see if I've got our travel on here. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of different cards. I've got my car. Yeah, here's travel. My car, my body, our Christmas, my office, our home, and I've manifested a lot of stuff that's on these cards. So, all right, our travel. Dawn and I, sometimes with family and friends, England, California, Western Europe, DC, for work, for fun, for fam, Greece, Hawaii, Colorado, beauty, Wales, East Coast, Caribbean, that's where I just got back from, Australia, France, planes, trains, and automobiles, cruises, Scotland, Mexico, New Mexico, Pacific Northwest, Eastern Europe, ? Interesting, New York, Western Europe, history, easy, good, comfy, Canada, Ireland, Disney, lots and lots of Disney. So that's everything that's on this vision card, okay? There's a little cheat because this is part of the paid Make Magic with Mojo program. So this is a little cheat for you to see how I do vision cards. Now then, I've started putting a date on the back of these to see when those things come through. Although, timing, to me, generally timing doesn't matter. If a specific time matters to you, then definitely work on manifesting at a specific time. If you really want a new job, a new car, a trip by April or in April, then you can definitely include that in the specifics of what you want, okay? Usually I talk about leaving the how up to the universe. Leave the how out of it and don't worry about how it's going to manifest. But, and usually I include when in that. But if you really, really wanted to do something at a specific time, like for somebody's birthday or for your anniversary or for a honeymoon, then go ahead and attach a time to it, because that's part of your dire desire. Okay. Excuse me. I just got back from the Caribbean, and it says cruises on here as well. Okay, so how did I do that? So this was part of manifesting that cruise to the Caribbean, and it was the Eastern Caribbean. And they, in Dominica, they bragged that Johnny Depp lived in that house for 6 months while they were filming Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it was kind of fun. And in another place, I went to the Pirate Museum on St. Thomas. They had a pirate and shipwreck museum, which was very interesting, especially about the shipwrecks. It was great. But upstairs, they had the pirate part, and they had this actor who looked and acted and moved and sounded exactly like Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates movies. Well, I'm a huge, huge fan of the Pirates movies and Captain Jack Sparrow. And that he startled me so much. I was so stunned and a little bit starstruck that I forgot to even ask for a picture, which I'm really disappointed about that. Okay, back to manifestation. Maybe I'll get another chance, right? Maybe I'll manifest meeting the real Johnny Depp. Cool. All right. So here comes this cruise. Now, I've been thinking I want to go on a cruise. One of the places I want to go on a cruise to is the Caribbean. You know, that may be the only place I want to go on a cruise to. So Caribbean cruise. Okay. And that was it. Out to the universe. Let the how happen how it will. January 2nd, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And by about March, he had decided that he wanted to go on one more cruise before he died. This is literally his dying wish, to go on this cruise. And he said he couldn't go without me. He needed me, and he wanted my sister to come too. So it wound up, the three of us, we actually got to go on this cruise. And, you know, I was concerned that he wouldn't even be well enough to go, but he was. And of course, he said, you know, we had trip insurance and stuff. And he said, if I can't go because, you know, if he were too sick or too dead to go, then, and sorry about the gallows humor, that's how we are in my family. So if he couldn't go, then he wanted my sister and me to go without him. And then my sister said, no, you should go with your husband because y'all haven't been on a cruise and you need to go. And she hasn't been on a cruise with her husband either. So anyway, it worked out the way it worked. So I manifested a Caribbean cruise, and this is, I hope I'm still with you. It just came up and said the page was unresponsive. So I manifested a Caribbean cruise, and that's how it manifested. That's how that the universe chose, was this really special trip of a death time, not the trip of a lifetime, the trip of a death time with my dad and my sister. And it was so wonderful. We had the best time. Stumbled a couple of times the first couple of days, you know, me and my sister being back in the same house, actually in a very small, 200 square foot stateroom. We got along with our dad fine, but we had a couple of clashes there in the beginning. We had to set some boundaries. And then after the first couple of days, we were great. We got along fine, and we did stuff together. We did stuff apart. It worked out where my sister would have breakfast with my dad because they're both early risers and I'm not. I would have lunch with our dad, and then we'd all three have dinner together. And it was just fun. We went to shows. We went to the movies on the deck. They have movies under the stars, this huge, great screen over the pool, one of the pools. And we just had a great trip. So manifestation is about, first of all, you got to be worthy of it, right? Then you have to think of, what is your dire desire? Remembering that you're worthy. What is your dire desire? And then how do you want to feel with that dire desire? How do you want to feel? And put in as much detail as you want without really telling the universe it has to be exactly this way. You may remember when I got my brand new car back in February that I did want a specific car. But when we went to go get it, there was one on the showroom floor that I liked much better, and I wound up getting that. So being flexible with this, would I have loved for my first cruise to be my honeymoon with my husband? Absolutely. But I'm flexible. I'm flexible with the how. Daddy said, come go on this cruise, the trip of death time. And I went, okay, I'm in. thanks a lot. Got my Caribbean cruise, right? That's what you've got to work on. So I hope I'm making sense to you about this, that once you decide what you want and that you are worthy of it, you don't have to do a whole lot else. And what I find is that the more time and effort you put into it, the longer it takes. Do a vision card or a vision board, journal about it, work on your worthiness. Do your meditation every day with affirmations. Do those things, and then move on to other topics in those things. Okay, so one dire desire at a time. So you can work on this for maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of journal passages, etc. A vision card, you put it away and go, okay, there's that dire desire is coming true. I'm going to move on to my next dire desire. So I hope that makes sense. And then you can go back, like I just did, go back to your vision cards or your vision boards and go, hey, look at that. I got that, and that. How about that? That's so cool. And that's exactly how it happens. Now, big announcement, if you didn't notice, and I may not have made it real clear because I've been pretty much out of the office for 2 straight weeks. In fact, when we got back on Friday, and we were so exhausted, we'd gotten up early, we had not gotten enough sleep, got into Fort Lauderdale at 7 a.m. We got off the boat at 9:30, sat in the airport for a while, flew home, took the shuttle to the car. I drove my dad home, and then he had to go to the ER. He's fine. He's okay. But he had an episode of tachycardia, so we went to the ER. I was so completely wiped out, knackered. I mean, just done for. So I rested up this weekend, and now I'm back and ready to serve you. And in that vein, I want you to know that before I left on the trip, my angels and guides gave me a directive to put the Make Magic with Mojo paid program on sale. It's on sale. And it's not just on sale. It's not like 20% off or, $50 off. No, it's on sale for 75% off. It's 75% off. It's a lot. So it's a really good deal. It comes out to just under $100. So I want you to hightail it over there and get in for the really good deal. We're growing the group, and we're starting to meet on Zoom soon. And so you'll be able to participate in all the coaching. Plus, once you sign up, you've got instant access to all of the 19, I think we have 19 or 20 videos now, little training modules, chewable chunks, plus all of the docs and blueprints and worksheets and so forth, and ebooks and everything that comes with it. And you get to be part of that private group. So I want you to head over to the link in the description here, or just go to my website, Mojo Medium, and you'll see Make Magic with Mojo on sale for 75% off. All right, I got to hit the road, Jack. In fact, I'm coaching my Make Magic with Mojo private paid group at 1 o'clock today. So if you get in now, you can come and join me. All right, I got to run away, and I can't wait to see you soon. Mojo out.